You're hanging out with the crew of Dímelo 305, and we are at the iconic Versailles with someone who needs no introduction, professional side quester herself, Lina, Miss Universe Cuba. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I was just telling you that I haven't been able to have like a real Cuban food meal in so long, and I think that this is very well deserved.
Listen, you can never go wrong with Cuban food.
Never.
So let me tell you a little bit about how this got started. So we were interviewing some chiefs of police, and the question was, what's better, Cuban food or Nica food?
What is better, Cuban food or Nica food?
I'm gonna do Nica food.
Obviously, we have the presence of both communities very strong in Miami.
Super.
The question went viral. Everybody was just commenting, Cuban food, Nica food, Cuban. So we're like, we gotta put this to the test.
Yes.
And who better to address this in Miss Universe Cuba herself?
Of course. I've actually never tried Nicaraguan food.
Never? Oh, we're
No,
gonna have
so
a good
this
time.
is a real...
This is a real thing.
deal.
And I do have a metrics thing that we're gonna go through.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you 1 through 5. What do you think?
So fun. Okay.
Okay. Food should be coming out in the next couple of minutes. Talk to me a little bit about, where does your Miami story begin? I know you're born and raised here. Tell us a little bit about where your Miami story began.
Well, I am literally the most stereotypical Cuban American Miami girl. I grew up in Catholic schools.
Okay.
My family raised me every Noche Buena with a caja china. My family was always very, very eminent on not letting me forget where I came from. That is why, for me, it was so confusing when people would always try to tell me that I wasn't Cuban.
Yeah.
Because I never felt American growing up. Their traditions, first of all, Miami is not America.
Miami is its own bubble,
Miami is really its own bubble. So for me, that really threw me. I was like, wait, I grew up my entire family speaking Spanish. Obviously, I represent an entire generation of kids that we are no sabo kids, the gringos.
No sabo kids, of course.
Obviously, I speak great Spanish now. I am tired of people telling me that I can't speak Spanish. I really, really grew up. That was my first language growing up.
Of course.
And in
were you
my
in
home,
ESOL as a kid?
Was I what?
ESOL as a kid, like with the classes where you had to learn how to speak English?
For my family, if my brother and I were to get in trouble, we would have to read the newspaper in Spanish.
Oh, wow.
Because my parents always knew. They were like, the second that they get into school, they're going to lose their Spanish.
Of course.
Because you get accustomed to, they would speak to me in Spanish, but I would respond in English. And the funny thing about school in America, it is a requirement to take a foreign language, but you're not speaking it in class.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you're writing it and the teacher's speaking, but you're not practicing it. So that's when I wouldn't say I completely lost my Spanish. It wasn't that bad.
It was there.
It wasn't that bad. It was there. It was
Yeah.
more just recovering everything that I had learned when I was younger. But it's really funny to me that people were defining my culture and who I was by the language I could speak. You know what I mean? When I would travel the world and when I would go across the country and be in Europe, people would ask, where are you from? I would say, I'm Cuban.
Yeah.
I'm Cuban. I have never felt like an American girl. So to Cubans, I was always too American. And to Americans, I was a Latina.
Yeah.
So then, as we were talking before, it gives that weird, it gives you an identity crisis because there's a bunch of people trying to tell you who you are. And you start to believe it. You're like, wait, neither community accepts me, which is something that I went through.
At what point in your life do you like realize, oh man, like I'm not Cuban enough, I'm not American enough? Were you a little kid at the time?
No, it must have been last
so
May
recent.
when I joined Miss Cuba.
So before that, we were vibing.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in my little Miami bubble.
Yeah.
That all my friends, of course, we were all born here.
Yeah.
But I could say probably 99% of my friends, their parents are immigrants.
Of course.
From Venezuela, from all Latino countries. So we would just say that we're from those places.
Of course.
So when I started getting the backlash, they started telling their parents, wait, am I not Venezuelan? Am I not Colombian? Am I American? We were like, we're not American girls. We're not American kids. So it was definitely tough. It still is tough to this day, of course. There's always going to be people trying to put a label on you. But I think that being Cuban is more than speaking Spanish.
Let me ask you this before we jump into that a little bit more. Why even try to do Miss Universe Cuba, knowing that aside from the identity stuff, it's a big kind of cross to carry? Like why go into that?
If I'm going to be completely and totally honest with you, I don't know if I've ever said this. I don't think I understood what I was really getting myself into. You know, pageantry is very intense.
I'm assuming you did that throughout your life?
Never.
Never. So it's the first time.
That was the first time, and mind you, Miss Universe is like the Super Bowl of
You want to do
pageants.
Miss Universe? Huh? Fuck it.
I was like, that was literally me. That was
What am I
literally me.
doing in the next couple months?
Guys, I have a Snapchat memory from April of last year that I said, should I side quest and run for Miss Cuba? I feel like I could win. Mind you, 2 castings had already
Professional side
happened.
quester. Is that where that
Girls-
comes from?
Well, no, just in general,
Just
my
in
friends
general.
are like, you're always just doing shit. Sorry, I'm not supposed to curse, but
Oh,
they're
we
like,
can cuss, we
you're
can
the
cuss.
queen
Yeah.
of just doing, and, like, I'm very spontaneous, and
Yeah.
one of my mottos in life is, you always regret what you didn't do,
You're right.
not what you did do. I always look back and I'm like, wow. Silly example, I always wish I played volleyball in high school. I'm like, what if I didn't like it? Then I would have not liked it.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't a pageant girl. That's just not my personality.
Listen, if you can
It's
win
not-
Miss Universe, you can still go back and play volleyball somewhere.
I mean, yeah, for
Listen.
sure. But in my head, I was like, this isn't my personality. You know, you have to be in a very strict box. There's a lot of rules. You have to study a lot. The training was literally Olympic style training. I did not have a life last year, and I don't think people really understand that. They see the beauty of it, but they don't see the behind the scenes.
Of
It's
course.
rigorous. Like my friends know, they did not see me all year.
So you get there day one.
Mm-hmm.
What was day one like with all the girls, and what was that experience like?
I'm not gonna lie and say it was good.
No?
No, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
Day one was bad too.
Yes,
Oh, God.
the whole process was like,
Oh, God.
because imagine, women prepare their entire lives for this.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. They do the child ones, they do the teen ones, then they maybe will go to Miss World, which is like pageants that older women go to.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, when I'm like 30, I'm gonna go to Miss Universe.
And you're like, yeah, I'm just
And
going.
I didn't know that. Obviously, I would have like prepared a little bit more. I still killed it.
Dude, you're funny too.
I know. I killed it. And I'm super proud of myself. But imagine, like, some of the girls are selected December the year before. So, like, December 2024, some girls were already training, like, selected. Like, Miss Venezuela won December of 2024. And I decided to do Miss Cuba in 2025 in May.
What was the hardest part? Aside from like the backlash from folks, what was the hardest part of getting ready for this?
I'm going to be so honest. Oh, right on time for what I'm about to say. I'm going to be so honest.
Gracias, Julio. Gracias, Julio. Shout out to the
Muchas
staff here.
gracias. Yes, the
Shout out to the staff.
You guys are the best.
Muchas
Gracias,
gracias.
Julio. Come
All right,
on.
we're gonna try this. We're gonna give it a score from 1 to 5.
Okay.
5 being the best.
Okay.
All right. I need your reactions. I need you to tell me a little bit about the flavor. Go whenever you're ready.
This is literally like the most Cuban
Okay.
milkshake
Cheers.
you can have. Cheers.
All right.
Oh, so good.
Tell me a little bit about the
good.
flavor. What do you taste? Mame.
It's not super sweet,
Okay.
but it's not super bitter either. And that's what I love about this, because sometimes when I'm having a milkshake and it's super sweet,
Yeah.
it's kind of overpowering.
The
but
thickness?
the thickness is perfect. Everything about this is perfect. I'm also not going to sit here and lie and act like I didn't grow up drinking this every time I would come here. Like, this is a staple. This is my mom's favorite.
1 to 5. What would you give it?
I would say a 4.
A 4? Okay, that's pretty good.
It's not never perfect.
It's never perfect. Okay, so give us a little room for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
It was arranged for me.
Oh my God, Julio.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I see vaca frita.
We're about to eat. Oh my goodness.
Wow, at least I see a
Oh
vegetable.
my goodness. We're gonna pick at everything. Muchas gracias,
Wow.
man. The staff here is absolutely wonderful.
Is that a
Oh my
medianoche?
God.
Con un poquito de eso. Un poquito de salsa de ajo con limón para la mariquita, también la puedo usar para el pollo.
Wow, muchas gracias, Julio. All right, let's start here. Okay.
Okay.
You want to take a bite of the sandwich first?
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah?
do it.
All right. So
Okay, so in here we have,
this is a Cuban sandwich.
it has ham, a croqueta, and cheese.
I
Are
need
you
to take-
Cuban?
no, Nica.
Oh,
I
so
need-
it's really Cuban versus Nica.
Pick you up here.
Oh, okay, perfect. Give me a full slice.
All right. No, are we? Hold on. Are we taking a bite or are we using fork and knife?
Well, I have to be proper.
we don't
Soy
have
una
to.
reina.
We don't have to.
I'm doing it like this.
All right, let's
Just
see.
in case I got a
Cheers.
cheese full.
Let's see how
Cheers.
good this is. Okay. What do you taste? What do you taste?
Imagine this on a boat.
Get some drinks. Little DJ. How good is it? 1 to 5.
I will say it tastes a lot of cheese.
I love cheese. I'm a cheese person.
Oh, I love cheese.
Yeah.
But I
How-
don't really taste the croqueta. I want to taste the croqueta.
You gotta take a bite in the middle. None of this fork and knife thing. Just take a bite. Just take a bite. Pretend you're home.
Horizontal.
There you go. Big old bite. Let's see here. Crunchy? How nice is the crunch?
So I need a crunch. I'm a big texture girl, even with desserts and everything.
Okay.
If there's no crunch, it feels like I'm not eating anything. It feels like I'm eating baby food.
Okay. So we need some crunch.
Is that valid?
It's valid. There was some crunch in this.
Major. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Look at this. Let me see if you can hear it in the mic.
You can hear it. Like a little conga.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
This is amazing.
Let's try the maduros.
This is my favorite.
Maduros?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
So my favorite Cuban dish
There's one.
is vaca frita with moros and
Vaca
maduros.
frita's fire.
Yeah, I know. My friend yesterday said ropa vieja over vaca frita. I was like,
I'm going vaca frita.
team
All right.
vaca. Cheers.
Cheers. You can't go wrong with plantain.
They put something on there.
Yeah? What do you taste?
It kind of tastes like this sauce on this.
You want to try it like that?
Yes.
Are we dipping?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Speaking of mariquitas, so Nicas, they call us tajadas.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the
So-
difference? I'm sure there's a lot of similarities.
I'll be
between-
honest with you, I don't know. What do you need to say?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
cut that out.
Dip and bite. Oh, this is beautiful. I do think that Cuban mojo is absolutely wonderful. It was nice.
Spring break is really getting to me because I'm tasting like tequila in this. Maybe
Yeah,
it's the lime.
It is getting to.
Because I'm used to like tequila soda limes.
You're a tequila drinker?
Yeah.
That's your go-to liquor? I like tequila.
It's
Depends
not
on the
my
vibe.
go-to, but
Depends on
it's the
vibe, though.
healthiest. And you know,
The healthiest.
gotta stay in shape.
Okay. Want to try this?
Yes.
I've never had this before.
Let's get after it.
There you go. What's the most Cuban word you can think of?
Oh gosh. There's a couple. I don't know how appropriate they are. I think dale is a big one.
Dale? No?
Dale is a big one. Or que bola hacer.
The level of crunch cutting through was nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it before and then I'm gonna dip it. Dude, that's fire. That's fire.
Oh my gosh.
Even the water is delicious. Oh, that's too good. That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna freak out. Oh guys, also notice I specifically told my hairstylist to put my hair out of my face because I knew we were gonna get down and dirty today.
Here
I
you
had
go.
a feeling. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
It's amazing. Oh my
It
god.
changes it. It changes it and it's still delicious.
This is super crunchy. Like my fork could barely get through. I'm using my hand.
It still works, dude.
Everything works.
It works. That's fire.
Everything works. This chicken really,
The chicken is
Shocked
fire.
me.
The chicken is fire.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay, are we rating or are we just like,
We're rating. All right, let's rate this.
we forgot to rate the food. We got carried away.
Let's rate this. Let's start with the chicken. On a level of crunchy texture,
Perfect.
0, 1 to 5. You giving it a 5?
I think this is like as good as this can get. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
Just because it
Perfect.
was so crunchy. Remember, I like a crunch.
Talk to me about the moto. What do you think there?
Perfect. It's perfect. Everything is so good, guys. I'm not just saying this because I'm Cuban and I'm trying to one up him. Like,
We're not.
this is.
This is unbiased, objective.
What's your death row meal?
Damn, that got dark.
Well, okay, I don't
I
mean
have,
to
I
say
have, I
death
have to
row.
do
That's-
fried cheese. You never had fried cheese? You're gonna have fried cheese on Thursday.
I usually don't eat dairy, but like here we are.
This sandwich is pretty fire though. I was not expecting for the sandwich to be that good.
Yeah.
The level of crunch. Vaca frita might be a go-to.
So your last meal would be fried cheese.
Fried cheese. You have to. You have to.
Very interesting.
What's your favorite cuisine though, outside of Latin food?
I would have to say maybe like Japanese. Sushi.
Japanese, right? Listen, Lina, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We're about to devour this food for real now. I want to thank everybody. Stay tuned because this is not the end. On Thursday, we're going to tackle some Nica food. Who do you think is going to win? Cuban food? Cuban food all day. Versailles, thank you so much. Wonderful family, beautiful restaurant.
We love you
Iconic
guys.
place. We love you. Thank you so much for having us. See you later.